Trainers of all types, drafters of all disciplines, welcome to the MagneZONE. I'm your host, Cossack11, and with me are my trusty co-hosts, Adam,
What's good though?
Clutch,
Hello.
and Sam.
8.
And as per our usual, we're going to be covering the RDL and Alola International. It's week 11 in the RDL, so that's wrapping up pretty soon. We'll be talking about the RDL. Then we're going to, since we have a handy topics list now, we'll be covering the week 11 matches for the RDL. Then we're going to talk about the RDL playoff picture. Then we're going to talk about RDL end of the year award speculation. Then we're going to move on to Alola International coverage, and we're going to follow that up with the tons of transactions have happened. Also, one of the teams has a new coach, and we'll get into the who's and what's and all that stuff about that particular situation at that point. And then we'll finish off, as usual, with Mon of the Week. And so we'll jump right into our RDL coverage. And as usual, we're going to be starting with Akron. Akron versus the San Jose Sharpedos. So the Alakazams brings this week Mega Altaria, Miltank, Mamoswine, Zoroark, Rotom Heat, and Scizor. San Jose brought Garchomp, Sylveon, Minxiao, Victini, Blastoise, and Rabombi. Score 4-0. Mamoswine went in this week.
It was, despite the scoreline, that was a very close game.
It was a really long and really.
Yeah, like early mid game was literally just feeling each other out and just like gradually chipping. And then I got rid of, what did I get rid of? I got rid of Garchomp and I think it was Blastoise.
I think it was
And then
Blastoise.
Mamoswine came in and clicked Earthquake like 5 times.
Jeez.
And got 4 kills.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Well, some people were like, he definitely struggled to break through Rotom Heat.
Dude, the toaster oven puts in work for me.
It's a good toaster oven.
I love this thing. And like Mega Altaria Miltank did so well to wall Garchomp, Victini, Minxiao.
Yeah.
Because even like that was a physically defensive Miltank, and I was still taking less than half from Specs Blue Flares from Victini.
Jeez.
Because thick fat is thick with 6 C's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason I call my Mamoswine in AI Thickmoswine.
Oh my god.
Have you
Jeez.
never noticed?
No, I have.
Just hurts
I
to
try
break.
not to. I respect it too much.
That's fair. All right, so next up on the list, Brooklyn Bulbasaurs versus the Philadelphia Braviaries. Brooklyn takes it 3-0. There brings Suicune, Xurkitree, Ditto, Arcanine, Reuniclus, Mega Venusaur. Philadelphia brought Mega Lopunny, Umbreon, Donphan, Tornadus, Kyurem Black, and Metagross. Reuniclus putting in work as you would expect Reuniclus to.
Yeah. This was an interesting match because, according to
Our sources.
yeah, multiple sources, Santoro brought not the right Mons.
Oh, yeah?
And still won because he brought, what was it, like Sub Protect?
He brought Vincoon.
He brought Vincoon. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Sub Calm My Protect. It's called.
And then he also brought the Calm Mind Acid Armor Reuniclus set, which is dastardly.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what he did with that was, he just went straight for it with Suicune and ended up in a 1v1 match with Umbreon for the first,
20 turns.
15, 20 turns of a 40-turn battle.
Yeah, well, he needs to get Umbreon out of there to get that Reuniclus in to work.
Yep.
That's correct.
Man, Umbreon didn't click Wish, at all.
I feel like
really strange.
because Clutch and I were sitting there watching it, and we were kind of like, this Umbreon wins this exchange, right? And yeah, it probably should have. I had the thought later that Suicune getting burned because it burned Umbreon and Umbreon had Synchronize, probably actually wasn't bad because, you know, it meant that Umbreon was going to struggle harder to break Suicune subs.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that.
I was like, why? That's why Palboy did nothing.
Yeah.
But like once that was out of the way, he came in, did a couple. Like there were a few like really quick exchanges of turns. And then he brought in Centaur, brought in the Calm Mind Ass Armor Uniclus, and just won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like Zerk was in a little bit, it netted a kill. Some other things did as well. Like
Ditto picked up a kill. Yeah.
So that was the game. Centaur bringing the wrong Mons and still winning.
I think that part of that goes to Santoro's thorough amount of prep. Like, he knew kind of what he needed to do anyway. And so, like, with like he knew how he could use the mons he had to.
Check this off on your bingo card, everybody. We Santoro like he's God.
I wouldn't go that far. He is beatable. He's been beaten in 2 championships in a row, lest we forget.
By everyone in this.
But we can't.
group.
You can't deny his coaching ability.
I'm not.
Wait.
Yeah.
Everyone, Cossack beat Santoro?
No.
I was going. Oh, sorry.
Sam.
Three out of 4 of us.
Sam.
I
That's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. I've come close, but
I apologize for Sam.
that Slurpuff. Anyway, let's move on to
Yeah.
the third match in the list here. Chicago Toros versus the EC Gastrodons. And this was a close one. 2-0 in favor of the Gastrodons. The Gastrodons brings Zebstrika, Klefki, Porygon 2, Conkeldurr, Latias, and Mega Pinsir. The Tauros brought Espeon, Tapu Fini, MagneZONE, Blacephalon, Mega Sharpedo, and Flygon.
This was a weird one. How often do we say that? But anyways, moving on. It's strange because there's a lot of things that happened in this battle that I kind of tried to make sense of later. Conkeldurr went for Fire Punch on a MagneZONE. And if you heard that Bring Lisp that just got like rattled off, there really wasn't a whole lot of reason to click Fire Punch for anything in the back of Storm's team. So I was kind of confused. I was like, does this thing not have like Drain Punch, or it doesn't have like, you know, like Fighting Stab? But apparently not. Or else that Numa was thinking something completely different. The other thing was that Storm brought Specs Fini, and it did actually a fair amount of work. It ended up finishing off Porygon 2 and putting chunks and other things as well.
Yeah.
I was wondering why that was doing so much damage.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. It was Storm brought stuff that was threatening, and
Flygon.
she did some work with it, and Flygon, which did not do much of anything this match.
Flygon everyone does best.
Most things do not break through Porygon 2. Flygon especially does not break through Porygon 2. This is why you run the sub Mind Blown set with Blacephalon, because that would seriously 1v1 P2.
You're not wrong.
I should have sent that to Storm before this match.
Well, hindsight
Moving
is,
on.
as always, 2020.
Yeah.
And we go down the list. Galesburg Gliscors versus the Rochester Roggenrollas. It's a 1-0 win for the Roggenrollas. There brings Mega Beedrill, Darmanitan, Latios, Tapu Koko, Weavile, and Vaporeon. Galesburg bringing Delphox, Ariados, Delmise, Empoleon, Komao, and Necrozma.
We have no replay of this match.
No replay.
Let me before we go any farther. There are like 4 matches this week that we don't have replays for.
There are 2 matches we don't have replays for, and 2 matches that didn't get played.
Okay.
So, but real quick, we do have the kill exchange and everything.
Yeah, we do have the
we
kill
have
exchange.
What KO'd what?
So I'll go down that list real quick then, since in lieu of any true details about the match. Mega Beedrill picked up a kill, Darmanitan picked up 2 kills, Latios picked up a kill, and Tapu Koko picked up 2 kills. That was for Rochester. Galesburg Delphox picked up a kill, Delmise picked up a kill, Como-O picked up a kill, and Necrozma picked up 2 kills.
Overall, pretty spread.
Yeah.
And we actually have the sequence in which all of those kills were obtained as well, like sitting in the weekly results. The thing is, it looks like it was a kind of a back and forth. Darmanitan managed to it checked Como-O with Zen Headbutt. If I had to guess, it's probably a Scarf Darm.
It was Scarf Darm.
Yeah.
Just judging by it revenged Como-O. Later on, it's pretty clear that Necrozma starts to go in. It takes out Mega Beedrill with Photon Geyser. It takes out Darmanitan. Darmanitan probably gets a hit off on Necrozma and leaves it in the range where Coco can revenge, which is what happens. And then basically the end of the game is Coco takes out Necrozma, Delphox takes out Coco, and then Latios comes in to take out Delphox, and that's game 1-0. So it was looks like it was back and forth. I wish we had the replay because I think it probably could be reasonably like the
match of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, judging, I don't know what the intermediate turns looked like, because did he give turn numbers for all those things? Do we know?
No, because there's no way.
Fair enough. I didn't think so, but in case that had been posted. So,
hey Andrew, weekly listener of the week, viewers like Andrew, all that. Are you secretly Rain Man? Could you have remembered those turns?
Probably not. We're not expecting him to. I was just curious because I know that I didn't look at the full write-up, so I was just curious if there were any other details in the full write-up. There isn't. That's okay. It kind of, the reason I was asking about that is because it very much looks like a slugging match. It was just big hits being thrown back and forth. Something dies, something comes in, revenge kills, dies, comes in, revenge kills, dies, comes in, revenge kill.
Maybe. The thing that tells me that might not be the case is the fact that the first KO is Como-O on Vaporeon.
That's true.
So, although it could have been Como-O just going for it.
When I was talking with him, that was a D-Dance Como. Turn 1 went in.
Wow, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I would think that Vaporeon could maybe check that, but anyways.
Yeah, well, we don't know the sets. Anyway, moving further on, we have, let's see, a match that hasn't happened yet, which is the LA Showdown.
Oh, it's happened. It's a forfeit.
Oh, it was a forfeit? Which team forfeit?
Didn't get played.
Oh, right.
So Gallius
forfeit. Yeah, sorry, I see the score now. I didn't see the 4 initially. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Gallios forfeit to the Chargebugs. I hope they don't forfeit against me. I'd like to play my last match.
One last ride.
One last ride of the Explorers of the Pokemon world. Speaking of my matches, that's the next match we're going to be talking about, which is Liverpool versus the Golducks. That's Ballistics team. Oregon brought Zapdos, Pelipper, Escavalier, Tangrowth, Clefairy, Zygarde 50%. I brought Frostlass, Mega Aerodactyl, Comfey, Rotom Wash, Diggersby, and Jirachi. I'll admit I was kind of memeing here. I had a Diggersby set that Sam and I cooked up before the season even started. It was a Flame Orb Facade set. Check that off your bingo cards. Yeah! I got a kill with it. I mean, it was a kill on the Switch, but...
What was it that he switched in? Because it was something relatively bulky.
It was Clefairy.
It was Clefairy.
Clefairy.
I destroyed that thing.
It got O-code on the Switch. It was an incredible thing to watch as an EVLA one dying to a single hit.
Yeah. I almost managed to get my Comfey to cook off, but Escavalier under Rain managed to tank a plus 4 HP fire.
Plus 4 HP fire.
It had a 20% chance to OHKO. I just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, that's a Stone Edge missing.
Yeah.
Thing is,
the thing is with me, the Stone Edge would have missed.
Yeah. Regression to the mean, my guy. I'm a firm believer in statistics.
Yeah.
But anyways, the thing is, it was an interesting thing because he actually really played smart with his Pelipper. Because at first it's like he was firing off Scalds. I'm not sure if he was just trying to get the burn for residual damage or what, but he U-turned at the right time because
Yeah.
I think he realized he's like, I'm running out of turns of rain and I need to get rid of this Comfey.
And he took the gamble that the Comfey wouldn't, or he probably did the calc and realized that he had a 20% chance of living the HP fire.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty like heady play because I mean I wonder if he did the calc pre or post because he probably figured that like if you brought that Comfey against him, you wanted something to do something to that.
That's possible.
That Escavalier.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I mean he after that happened, it was just there's nothing I can do.
I think the other thing was that you're like a little bit low on things to do damage to Tangrowth.
Yeah, I definitely was.
The end of that match was just.
I'll admit, I was vaguely kind of relying on Comfey to do that, but it didn't. But it's
to be fair, that Comfey set definitely got boosts on Tangrowth.
Yeah.
It was a good setup set. It's just he played it against it quite well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was well played on his part, and I was. Despite this, I say I was memeing, but don't mistake that for me saying I was throwing. I was shooting for the win, and I almost got there. It was just not quite enough. Anyway, moving down the list again to Ohio versus San Antonio. It was a 2-0 win for Ohio. Their brings Snorlax, Lando T, Kyurem, #snubbed, Ferrothorn, Skuntank, and Volcanion versus the San Antonio Sceptiles, bringing Ambipom, Bronzong, Thundo T, Megalatios, Lucario, and Florges. The clash of the Megalotis. Except the Megaloti didn't come for Ohio Ninetales.
Yeah.
It could have been, though.
Yo.
Sunday!
It's a potential playoff match, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, it definitely is. So,
Adam, did you see this one?
No, I didn't.
Kyurem, our little snubbed, underrated Drago, gets 3 kills, like he does.
A really nice match. A really good match.
Yeah.
You talk about this one, Clutch, because I've talked a bunch already.
Mike led off, we just led off with Curselax, just because naturally looking at Dominator's team, he kind of lacked answers, and Dominator had a good counterplay and just leading off with Ambipom, just kind of letting it happen. And so he just faked out and it did 40 to Snorlax, and eventually he got to the point where he forced it out, and he brought in Michael had in his Ferrothorn, and Dominator obviously wanted it gone. He went for Whirlpool as Michael protected. Then he missed a Whirlpool, but Mike just stayed in because I guess he felt like he wasn't that useful in that matchup, which might have been. You could argue he was pretty close to right.
Yeah,
because he came in on a lot of his attacks, but it was just kind of consistently pressured and chipped on a lot. So he ended up giving it up to the HP Fire from Megalatios.
Yeah,
and, Mike was really trying to get he's trying to expect a lot of he expected a lot of switches out of Dominator, but I don't need to switch. He just kind of stayed in a lot. And there was a position where Mike had Lando T on a plus two speed Lucario, and Lucario goes for Ice Punch, and then Mike tries to predict him switching out, which it makes sense. And then, but he plays with the threat and goes for Stone Edge instead. And so that was a really questionable play there. And then it ends up just Scarf Kyurem ends up kind of clean close to the end.
It was pretty clear that Mike felt safe. I thought
he felt safe enough to make those plays.
And yeah, not earthquaking the Lucario was a bit rough, but that's also kind of a reasonable expectation
that you switch there. Yeah,
I mean, I thought that Lucario is kind of a win con for Dominator.
But I feel Stone Edge is if he goes for Stone Edge, he catches Thunder, but he doesn't give a shit about Thunders because he has Kyurem in the back.
That's true. Yeah. So it was a good match though. It definitely felt to me in the mid game that it was certainly a question, but Mike definitely kind of came out with momentum. Like
Yeah.
setting up a curse Snorlax one is kind of like, you know, it's a way to kind of grab the match.
Yeah.
It kind of makes your opponent gravitate towards like stopping this, and they're gonna end up forced to take chip that they don't necessarily want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they end up playing like damage control, like trying to stop something for the first couple turns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that for sure. Moving on to our final match for RDL match coverage for this week is the Pittsburgh Steelix versus the Seattle Supersonics. The Supersonics win 5-0. There brings Goodra, Staraptor, Starmie, Hippowdon, Poriz, and Infernape. Pittsburgh's brings Jolteon, Excadrill, Serperior, Weezing, Keldeo, and Togekiss. Porygon Z, 5 kills. What a sweep.
Yeah, it was
Pretty much just
it was
that.
nice. I mean, that was a lot of the early match was like I managed to play Goodra and Starmie fairly well. I felt like
Mhm.
I had like I forced switches. I forced him to switch into Life Orb Psychics from Starmie, which are once again analytic, right? Like that's basically switching into like more than a specs hit from a Starmie, and you didn't really have much for psychic resists outside of like Excadrill, and that thing doesn't want to come in on a Starmie. And yeah, I corralled him fairly well. I ended up losing Starmie to Weezing, at which point I just said, well, I have this dual dance Porygon in the back. I might as well just come in and click buttons and set up and go. And that's exactly what happened. He came in, clicked agility as he hit protect, and then hit nasty flaw. Or no, nasty. No, that's the right order. Agility as he protected, nasty plot as he toxic, and that was all she wrote.
Then it
5
went pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
Porygon, watching Porygon Z
Yeah.
attack is honestly just so satisfying.
Yeah.
It was. I did the calc beforehand because I was like, well, do I actually take this thing out? Because I was like, it was a Silk Scoff. Silk Scoff.
It was a Silk Scoff.
Briefly,
Silk Scoff set.
Yeah, briefly heading into my accent, but no. It was a Silk Scarf set, and so I had Shadow Ball in the back as well for like coverage because he has, a ghost type. And adaptability is just so dumb because Silk Scarf boosted Tri-Attack does more than neutral hit Shadow Ball to anything. So like it was better for me to click the resisted move on Excadrill. And yeah, I did the calc. I was like, no bulk, I think I OHKO this thing.
Yeah.
I think it was a roll, but it was very much a roll in my favor.
That Drill's HP bar.
It was what?
That Drill's HP bar just went down so fast.
Yeah.
It was like
It dropped.
gone. All right, so that pretty much, well, that does cover all the matches for week 11. So, hey, it's winding down, and that means that, because we've only got a week left, and the playoff picture is pretty solid right now, so let's take a look at it for the RDL. So for the Sun Conference, all 4 slots have been clinched, as far as I can tell on the sheet.
Orders to be determined.
Orders to be determined,
but all 4 slots are
but all 4 slots are clinched right now. So the clinchers: Ohio Ninetales, Los Angeles Chargebugs, San Antonio Sceptiles, and Oregon Golducks.
Only one of those was in playoffs last season.
Yeah, and it should also be noted that at least as far as division leaders go, Ohio has definitely clinched a division.
They've clinched. I believe they've clinched the top overall seed.
Yeah.
Oh, by far, yeah.
So
there's nothing that can be that can be done.
Congrats, Mike.
Yep. Congrats to Michael.
Mike. You've had
congrats
a heck of a season, dude.
Yep. And congrats to Ballistic, Dominator and Meta for also clinching. Congratulations to all of you, and we look forward to seeing those matches and covering those matches in great detail.
So, let's see. Mike is the overall 1 seed, but the rest of this game plays out to see who really.
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to who is the who wins Kanto Division for 1, because Ballistic and Meta are tied right now, and could both like if one of them loses and the other takes a game.
Yeah.
They play each other. So
Oh wait,
they play each other.
Wait,
the
I forgot that. Oh my gosh.
The last divisional
That's so
rematch is going to
perfect.
determine who division leader is for.
So that's gonna be fun. It's like if one of them takes the game, then they take the 2 seed.
Yep.
And the 2 seed, let's see here. So where Dominator is, what's Dominator's matchup against Ballistic and Meta? Let's look that up real quick. That's important.
yeah, because Dominator plays. San Antonio beat Oregon and LA.
So he's got the tiebreaker against both of those. So if he ties either of them record-wise,
He would get the 3rd seed. So whoever, if he wins next week, and whoever Oregon LA game, bottom seed.
Man.
Yeah.
By Michael.
And who does Dominator play next week?
He plays Storm next week.
Okay.
This will be an interesting.
Very interesting
so-
situation.
Yeah.
So Storm could actually upset things.
Yep.
She could upset order.
Yeah, she
Uh-huh,
definitely
she
upset
upset
order.
She
No,
can
you're
make.
not gonna kick anyone out of playoffs, but like.
Yeah.
No, she can't play Kingmaker now, but she can definitely upset the order. Moving into the Moon Conference, Akron and Brooklyn have both clinched playoff positions. Now it has Galesburg and Seattle. It has
Galesburg
Seattle
has not.
clinched. Galesburg has
Seattle-
not.
Galesburg can still lose their playoff spot to Hive if they get
Right.
6-0'd and Hive 6-0s.
Right.
Which is a ridiculous.
It's an edge case
hypothetical.
thing. It's an edge case thing that might not happen, but there is.
But it can.
It could. So thus, it is still up in the air.
It's so interesting that that's still the case. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah. Welcome to the playoff picture in the RDL, where.
It's been pretty much a mess all season.
Where you
Oh
have-
yeah.
Where you have 9-2,
Well,
and then 3-7-4.
Look
9-2,
at. I mean, look at season 2. We had a pretty reasonable playoff picture for about this last quarter of that season. Granted, that was a longer season, so it
Yeah.
kind of had more time
The
for things to
separation.
kind of take shape.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
this is just pure chaos, or it was up until
Yeah.
now. Literally the second to
The last
last
couple
week.
of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
a lot of things out.
and the longer season definitely helps with that, because this point right now is the point at which we had clarity in the playoffs in
Yeah.
last RDL.
Mhm.
Other than the fact that there were 3 teams that were 5 and 6 in the Kanto division last year.
Yeah.
That was kind of BS. But anyways,
Cossack Revenge Tour.
No revenge.
guess who made it out of that one?
Yeah.
Oof.
So, anyway, that's the current playoff picture, and there's
What do you mean?
there's no need to talk about free agent transactions or trades because the deadline is
Wait.
long past.
We didn't talk about seeding at all in Moon.
In the Moon Conference.
That's because
It's a little spotty.
It's a little spotty right now.
I believe that Adam wins, he will take the top overall seed. If he loses, and Santoro gets the top overall seed,
yeah,
Mhm.
it's
If both lose,
then Adam would have the
I
top
think I
overall
still-
seed because you have the head-to-head tiebreak over Santoro.
yeah.
If Seattle can't get cannot get any higher than cannot get any higher than the 3rd seed. Galesburg can still potentially drop out of the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
themselves.
We could actually. The crazy thing is actually there's the edge case with us and Santoro is that if I beat Santoro, I think by 5-0 or 6-0, I take the top. Yeah, it's 6-0. Then I take the top seed.
Do you really?
Yes, we differ by 10 differential points.
Oh my god.
so
insane.
so positioning currently relies on not 1, not 2, but 3 6-0s happening.
Yeah, the Moon Conference can be upset if there are 3 6-0s.
If the stars align and Saturn is exactly 12 o'clock in the night sky as viewed from the North Pole at like latitude 0.
Cats and dogs living together.
Pure chaos.
Yes.
Tell them about the Twinkie.
Oh no.
Anyway, so that
can move on now.
so we don't have to worry
It's
about
it's fairly stable.
yeah.
And like, there's like a few things that can mess with seeding, but like, we probably know most of our playoff position.
Yeah.
We do. And then I think the last thing to do on our topic schedule is to discuss like potential end of the year stuff.
we were gonna. I was just getting to, like segueing to that when I was rudely interrupted, but it's okay. Anyway,
We didn't talk about the playoff picture, my guy.
we did. Like
We talked about
there's
who
not
made
much.
it.
There's not much to say about it though because it's weird. It's
Of course, but we
about
talked
for
about
Moon
it now,
Conference.
so
Anyway.
we can move on.
Yeah. So end of the year awards, which we don't have a tab for now. Oh no, we do. It's awards. Okay. It used to be labeled differently. So we don't have,
I apologize so much right there.
well then.
Welcome to the
Anyway,
interruption. Post will take care of that.
So here are the awards that are available. Obviously, we have MVP. Those are actually just team MVPs by the looks of it, because it's MVP most valuable to their team. So we'll talk about each of those in just a second. Well, actually, I think we'll save that for the last out of all these. Then we have the league kill leader, the league KD leader, league death leader, league negative KD leader, league champion, pick'em champion,
Hey, I'm in the front running spot for that. I'm just gonna point that
rookie
out.
coach of the year, best first season coach, and best sixth mon used in 6 or less games. So gone are the defensive awards, should be noted.
Mm-hmm.
Although
No more DPOY.
Yeah. Rip all of Ferrothorn's future awards for this season.
Basically.
Anyway, so I'm gonna actually have to flip tabs here because we don't have the kill
Stats
board.
page.
We don't have the kill boards on the same page as the into your awards, which is fine.
Logically.
The MVP leaderboard right now, MagneZONE's currently at the top
Big Mammo.
with a plus 12.
15 kills, not bad.
Yeah, 15 kills, very good. Mega Venusaur also with 15 kills, but one more death, which has put it at plus 11. So, and Mega Altaria Akron has, two major power hitters at the top here right now. Mega Lop managed to climb up to that 4th slot. I don't think it's gonna be able to climb any higher than that.
It could.
It could, but I and then Slurpuff,
There's a
Mineshow,
Mineshow.
Slurpuff, and Tangrowth are tied for 5th
Can we talk
right
about
now.
how Mineshow just kind of snuck up there? Like, I didn't even realize it was until just recently.
Can we talk about the fact that you have to get to the 5th spot in the MVP leaderboard before you get a single mon from the Sun Conference?
Yeah,
It's kind
Ooh.
of interesting.
yeah.
Throw that shade.
Look, the conference was hard.
It is.
People went in this season. So, I mean, MagneZONE went in. It's crazy how much traction Santoro got with Mega Venusaur. Because a lot of that happened early season too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think it's come to almost every match, if not all
I
of
think
them.
it was just one that he didn't bring it to.
All but one.
All but
I
one
think.
match. He
Yeah.
didn't bring it against Galesburg. They still 5-0'd Galesburg.
So
Damn.
So rounding out the top 10,
Oh,
we have
by the way, Coco is sitting down on 16th, but it has 15 kills.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it has 9
Oh,
deaths, which is why
But I mean,
it is
Andrew's playing aggressively.
well, but it is in the running for kill leader because of that.
It is.
that's true.
I just wanted to
Andrew, go in.
Andrew, get that award. Viewers like Andrew.
Yeah. So rounding out the top 10 is Ditto at 8th, Staraptor at 9th, and Ferrothorn, I guess I was wrong, at 10th. There is potential there.
Ferrothorn at +7.
Mike has been pretty damn devious with Ferrothorn this whole season.
A little
Ferrothorn's
bit.
I'm proud of
almost a
I'm proud of
nasty
him.
mod.
I
So
like
nasty.
seeing Ferrothorn used well. It makes me
But-
happy.
But can everyone take a look at 14?
14
Jellicent,
is
8 to
King
1.
Jelly. Yeah.
It's tied with the Mega Latias.
Yup.
I'll throw it out there that I'm afraid that Jellicent is about to win 6th Mon.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Although Gudra's a
It's
contender.
only come to 4 games.
Yeah.
Is it 6 or less?
Yeah, 6
6
or
or
less.
less.
I feel like
My
we should limit
Bremen
that.
only came to 5, and it has the same differential with 1 more kill.
Yeah, fair enough.
Throwing
But
that
like,
out there.
okay.
Yeah. So
Go ahead, Cossack.
well, going back to the awards here. So league kill leader. It's a 3-way tie for that right now. We'll see which Mon comes out on top of that after week 12. The league KD leader looks to be so far.
MagneZONE.
Yeah, MagneZONE. And the death leader,
I don't know.
Yeah, let me.
I
Just
can guess
gather
what
real
team
quick.
it's on.
I can hazard
Blaze,
a couple.
well,
guesses.
Cephalon has 10 deaths.
So probably.
I'm still looking. Togekiss has 9 deaths.
So it could be either of those.
It's looking like it might be Blaze at the moment.
Excadrill also has 9.
Oof.
So it could be that one too. And then negative KD leader. I don't.
That's a hard one to calc. I think
Yeah.
we can't
I
really
see a negative
speculate on.
5.
I've seen -5 at one
Yeah.
point.
Well-
Rotom Wash is -7. Rotom
Yeah.
Wash has 10. Rotom Wash has 10
Bronzong
deaths.
is -7.
Rotom Wash has 10 deaths. Fun fact.
Yeah, I have more deaths than my Rotom Wash. But that's because I brought it to like just about every game and it doesn't get a lot of kills because usually when I bring it, it's not meant to get a lot of kills.
It's a support Mon in a lot of
Yeah.
cases. It's hard to afford to run like Specs or Scarf.
Yeah, actually it's funny because my kill sheet is pretty for the most part pretty evenly spread with a couple glaring exceptions.
Yeah, Jirachi's
I'd
up.
say same, but I'd be lying.
Well, because like, and I'll read off the list because like Jirachi's at 9, Rotom Wash is at 3, Serena 4, Alolan Muck 3, Comfey 2, Pessimian 3, Mega Aerodactyl 6, Hydreigon 3, Entei 2, Diggersby 5. Notably, a lot of those Mons have a 0 KDR.
But you forgot the Crustle at the bottom was 0.
No.
Don't bring that back.
I'm sorry.
That's not a good
Crustle
meme.
equals Frostlass.
That's
So-
not a good meme.
Anyways,
Okay, so league champion, that's obviously something that we're not in a position to have any predictions on right now.
mean,
I don't know.
Well,
We could argue.
I think that like Mike
can
has
pick
a shot.
favorites.
I think
I mean-
Santoro has a shot. I think Adam has a shot.
yeah. Those are the clear front runners, but like
Mhm.
we've seen the clear front runners not make it
Playoffs.
Of course.
on a couple
Someone
occasions.
doesn't have faith.
Well,
Those are real
I'm just
suspect,
thinking, is this going to be yet another case of Santoro making it to the championships and then not closing the
Oh
deal?
my gosh.
But like a finals rematch from season 1 would actually fantastic.
That would be heat. No
That'd be
matter
kinda
who
cool.
wins that, if that happens, that would be heat.
Santoro's gonna win. Santoro's gonna win. Like given time, Santoro will win a finals match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
no question.
He's got it at some point.
There's no doubt in my mind that he will, and this might be the season for that.
He got the
So-
team for it. The team is
Oh yeah, he's got a
nasty.
very hard team to fight against. Anyway, Pick'em champion, as we mentioned, Clutch is the current front runner for that one, which I think is not surprising to anyone. And rookie coach of the year. Now this is an interesting one to talk about because we've had a lot of.
I'd say Hive has been fantastic.
I'd say Hive as well because he's been around the whole season and has put up a very respectable record.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dominator's also fantastic.
Dominators,
Yeah.
Dominators put up a very strong showing. I think
Those are the two.
those are the
clear
front
front.
runners for rookie coach of the year for sure. Both of you guys did a great
Yeah.
job. We're glad to have you in the league. We're glad to have all the new coaches. And it'll be interesting to see how the league develops from here on out because it's looking like we're going to get a few more new coaches next season, so we'll see how that goes. Best six Mon, we already talked about Jellicent being, I think it is one of the front runners for that position currently.
Gudra has been lit all season.
Oh, Ditto's came to 6 games and has a +8 differential.
Oh my goodness.
If I can, Mega Aerodactyl came to 2 games and has a +4 differential. got
That's not
6
going to beat
kills.
out that Ditto.
I know, but I mean it's in there. It's like a dark
Mega
horse
Pinsir came to
candidate.
4 and has +6.
Yeah. Actually, now that I look at it, I only have 2 Mons on my team that have gone to more than 6 games. I think. Or wait, no, hold on. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong.
Wow, I have 2 11s.
Yeah.
Nice, Adam.
Dude,
Sorry,
it's the
I
toaster
have-
and the mammoth.
I have- I have 4
they
Mons
just put
that
in
have.
work.
I have 4 Mons that have come to more than
6.
6. I have Jirachi with 10, Rotomwash with 11, Serena with 8, Alolan Muck with 7, and then everything else has come to 6 or less. So yeah, that's interesting.
Actually, I only have 4 over 6, but that's because I changed up my team 3 weeks in.
The limitation to 6 games is less or like less what's the word? It's less selective here because
We have
we have
12
shorter-
weeks instead of 15.
it's like it came to half your games or less, and like most of your months fall in that category.
Yeah.
I think we could probably reasonably restrict it to like 4.
If we keep the 12-week season, then yes. I think it'll depend on what we decide for season length, but yeah, I think that should be something that we ought to bring up when
or we
talking
can
about
just go
season
back to
4.
15 weeks.
Ooh.
I don't know about that. I think the 12-week season is actually
Everyone
perfect.
keeps shooting me down on that.
Because,
to be fair, I will,
because the latter half of that season for a lot of people turned into a massive slog.
Dude, I like the latter. I love the latter half.
I don't get me wrong. I personally don't mind, but like I want you to think for a second. How many more coaches would we have lost this season if the season had gone on for another month?
I mean,
0.
I don't know how many people are close.
yeah.
Judging
I
by
think-
some of the things I've been hearing from some of the coaches,
We
there's some
I
who
have
I
not
think
heard
might have been
I'm
on
not
the
hearing
fence
anything.
with that, but
we don't have to discuss that. I
No.
think that honestly, with the big break that we're taking and the fact that the next
And,
league
and
would take
so-
place over the summer, would be like I think that a 15-week could come back in so long as like we had the whole time. I liked that format. I think it's nice to have like enough time to like settle in with your team.
yeah.
I think it's something to discuss. 12 week
Well,
was good.
I-
15 week I also enjoyed. Like
I mean,
I
I guess for me, but that might have been because I was losing every single game just about that season. Because I went 2-14, and I'm gonna level with you. After I was officially out of the playoff running, everything after that just felt like a monstrous slog. Now I was doing a lot of extra work and stuff at the time too, so that might have been piling up.
Yeah. So
anyway, we've been kind of going. We've been waffling on this for maybe a little longer than we should have, but
I think we can.
that's true. I mean, it's because we have a little bit less in terms of match covering to give you this week because of the weirdness.
A few forfeits here and there.
Yeah. Anyway, so
We can move on.
yep. Moving on to Alola International. We have the Lowland Quakes as usual. That's who we're going to start off with, and they're facing the Atlanta Altaria. Lowland takes it 5-0. The Lowland Quakes brought Piloswine, Breloom, Entei, Greninja, Caesar, and Nidoking. Atlanta brought Incineroar, Gudra, Thunderous Eye, Megalopony, Kartana, and Claydol.
I watched this match.
And so did Adam, I think, right?
No.
Oh, it's just me. Okay. So like lead matchup was Gudra. Not even for Flamethrower turn 1 and didn't quite knock off Breloom, but put in range of Salicberry as it set up a Sword Dance. And Nadia just started to try and have to switch around and try and get herself in a position to where she could deal with this Breloom, which ended up being Scarf Gudra clicking Draco. So like
Ouch.
so it'll code Breloom from full. So if she clicked it turn 1, it might have been a little bit better situation for her.
It was a Scar. Why did she not just go for the double flamethrower turn 1 after the Solak Berry boost? Because she outsped.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
I
sure.
mean, there could be any number of reasons.
I mean, if it was Scar, it might have been Modest. And she could
But it outsped the Breloom the second time.
Breloom.
It outsped the Breloom the second time it came
plus
in.
2 Mach Punch might have OHKO'd Gudra.
Yeah.
Didn't have Mach Punch.
Well, but
But
does she know that?
Fair
I mean,
enough.
she couldn't have known that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And like Gudra's
like-
bulky. Gudra's a bulky boy. Gudra doesn't necessarily tank physical hits all that well.
Yeah.
Fairly well.
I'm gonna do the
That
calc
depends
real
on
quick,
how
'cause I'm
it depends on
curious.
how you set it up. Now, I don't know, but I would be
Yeah,
willing to
plus
bet.
2 Mach Punch is a 50% roll to kill.
Yeah.
Nice.
If
Wow.
She
So-
had no bulk.
Yeah. So,
So,
it might
like-
have been that she was
well,
trying
like-
to preserve her Gudra for later.
Maybe.
And
But continuing on with the match, essentially once that Breloom just kind of disrupted a lot of this
yeah.
pressure that Nadia might have had, and she kind of just ends up like losing any momentum, and Grounded takes all the momentum away, and pretty much has just ways to deal with everything. So it just kind of ends up like, so Breloom comes in and disrupts, kind of does whatever, and then Nadia just ends up struggling to deal with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Yep. Grounded is good at like kind of grabbing control of games. It
Yeah.
seems like to
He's
me.
good at finding his moment to take control and seizing it.
Mhm.
And that's pretty important, especially when you're using mons like Breloom. Breloom has a lot of utility outside of that, but like when you're running a setup Breloom, or any setup mon really, knowing like when your moment is to click Swords Dance and take that moment to grab the initiative. Pretty important.
It's interesting to me that like there have been a couple people who have been really aggressive at going for that early and have done really well with it. Eclipse has done well with it. Grounded has done well with it.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much that covers the details on that match. Next is the match that we don't have a replay for. I think this is Waynesboro versus Colorado, right? This is the one that we don't have the replay
Correct.
for.
We do
Right.
not have a replay, but it got played.
It did get played, and we have the kill tallies
on
and
the
stuff.
last turn.
Yeah.
So,
So Waynesboro picked up the win 3-0. There brings Mega Gallade, Tapu Koko, Tornadus T, Donphan, Roserade, and Alolan Ninetales. Colorado brought Durant, Tangrowth, Zygarde 50, Mega Manectric, Mesprit, and Lycanroc Dusk. Very even kill spread. Donphan picked up a direct and passive kill. Mega Gallade picked up a kill. Coco, Torny, they all picked up a kill. Alolan Ninetales picked up a kill. And that's on Waynesboro's side. Colorado, the only ones who picked up kills were Durant, Mega Manectric, and Lycanroc Dusk. And I'm assuming those are all revenge kills because those are all reasonably fast, hard-hitting mons. So that's my guess. Especially since the mons that died on Waynesboro's side were Mega Gallade, Roserade, and Alolan Ninetales. So
Ethan
my-
made comments about trying to save his Torn Eye or his Torn T, things like that.
yeah. So I think that's about all I can glean from it. If anyone else can feels and they have anything else that they can elaborate on
It
in
is
that
just
regard.
it is just kind of weird that the back and forth there was, nothing had more than one kill direct, and the only thing that had 2 kills was Donphan with a passive kill.
Yeah.
That was
I
interesting
mean, that
to me.
passive was what? Stealth Rocks?
Presumably, or toxic.
Yeah.
I think it was Stock.
No, rocks. It's
it was
says
rocks.
here. Donphan kills like in rock with Dusk with Stealth Rock.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's it's interesting. I wish we could have seen the replay, but
And the next match that we have to talk about is going to be very brief to talk about it because it's Brooklyn versus Crane Lake, and Brooklyn forfeit. So Crane Lake picks up the win automatically, getting a 3-0.
hey, Crane Lake's first win
Hey,
to forfeit.
I guess.
Sorry, Edski. I don't know if Edski listens to us, but
He probably does not have the time.
poor guy.
Anyways, So the next match is another LA showdown, which is the Los Angeles Chargebugs versus the Los Angeles Lookers. The Lookers win 3-0. The Lookers brings Miltank, Gengar, Garchomp, Mandibuzz, Necrozma, and Celesteela. Quite the bulky team, but with a good offensive kick there as well. Chargebugs brought Mega Beedrill, Victini, Vaporeon, Klefki, Salamence, and Porygon 2. Garchomp picked up 3 kills. Yeah, tell us more about this.
Yeah, Rocky Helmet Celesteela literally always switches into Mega Beedrill.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth Rocks really hurt Victini and Mega Beedrill. Thick fat Miltank just swallows Victini hits. So yeah, Jarrett pretty much just had easy switch-ins and just kind of controlled the flow.
Jarrett had the
Meta
match.
had a really hard time breaking down that core.
He used I would almost say it's not quite semi-stall, but it's almost there. It's definitely bulky offense though, and that was he used his
Great
bulky,
bulky offense.
He used his bulky.
He both found his ways into Gengar, Necrozma, Garchomp, and then just something died at that point.
Yeah, he did good with the Rocky Helmet on Celesteela is a great way to get attrition on Mega Beedrill. Especially with rocks also up. And was Chargebugs running a defogger?
Oh yeah, Klefki.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did he manage to get defog off?
He could
A couple times.
defog quite a few times early game as he was trying to set up his screens with Light Clay, but he was putting his Vaporeon behind the screens instead of going offensively.
Yeah. Maybe if he could have gotten a couple boosts with Ments, he needed to get to +2 with Ments to really get any traction here because of the.
But the bulk he was facing, yeah.
Yeah, the bulk he was facing, but also the thing is that there's a Scarf Gengar in the back.
Yeah.
And so if you're not at more than +1, that thing comes back in and fires a demon into you and probably takes 50, 60.
Slight massive problem. Only Mega Beedrill and Salamence. Only Mega Beedrill naturally outspeeds Garchomp and Gengar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a Scarf would have been really nice at some point.
Or what? But Life Orb Victini wasn't going to cut it, and Salamence needed to rely on boosts.
I feel like he was probably caught in kind of a hard place in the sense that
Meta doesn't have the best Scarfers, just in general.
Yeah, and Scarf Victini just wouldn't put out the damage that he needed to break some of that stuff.
Yeah, because it would have had a hard time with Miltank. It would have had a hard time.
Had a hard time with Miltank.
Yeah.
That Mens set was kind of nice though.
It has Victini has I mean, it can break Mandibuzz because it gets really powerful. Yeah,
V-Create is dumb.
Yeah, because V-Create is stupid.
And Z-move with drawbacks.
And then Victini breaks Celesteela, but
Wait. No good Scarfers? Doug Trio is right there. You bring that in on Gengar and click Earthquake.
Do you bring it Scarf, though? I feel like you bring it Sash.
Which you wasn't. That's a guaranteed Oko because it was a Scarf Gengar.
Well, it traps a couple of things, but deal enough damage to Celesteela, man.
How much pressure Gengar put on his team might not have been a bad idea.
Gengar escapes Arena Trap.
What?
Oh, right. It's a
ghost type. It's a ghost type.
That's Shadow Tag.
Wait, what?
No, the Ghost is immune to all trap.
Oh, really? Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, should we move on from this one?
Yes.
Wait, I gotta go look this up. I did not know this.
You can do that.
Yep, you do that, and we're gonna move on to the next division, which is California versus Alola. That hasn't happened yet, or has it happened and just not been updated? Okay, it was a forfeit.
Yeah,
right. I gotta read these scores before I open my mouth because this is the second time I've done this. So Alola picks up the win. California forfeit to them. Moving on to the Virginia Caesars versus the Brisbane Scythers. Brisbane picks up the win, 3-0. As usual, Mega Metacham picking up a ton of kills.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
Why
what.
are people letting this happen?
Let me tell the brings first. Brisbane brought Tornadus Eye, Florges, Raichu, Ferrothorn, Zygarde 10%, and Mega Metacham. Virginia brought Gligar, Mega Pinsir, Nidoqueen, Azelf, Tapu Fini, and Delmise. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, anyone in AI that listens to this, bring 3 Mega Metacam counters.
If you can find them on your team, yeah.
Those
Yeah.
there's no such
Run
thing.
berries, run
That's-
sashes, run.
that's a big
Find
ask.
something.
Yep. You definitely need to bring something to stop that thing, because it's just like, I feel like he just brings it till somebody stops it, and
Mhm.
that'll be a while. That could be a while. Like,
Dude, I did
Yeah.
stop it.
yeah, you did, but like he still keeps doing that. That's fine. Like, because it kind of went in on Virginia's team for the most part. Like, what does
Well-
Virginia really do to stop it? Like, I guess Feeney could come in, but like Feeney can't take hits.
I feel like
Again and
people just
again.
aren't ready to deal with it. It feels like to me.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because like if you look at Alola's squad, like it's like slow, and people are just bringing slow teams. He's Mega Metachamp.
He's
This-
Yeah,
it's-
you need
and-
to bring like multiple ways to revenge kill that thing and get it out and never let it come
in the
in
past 4 matches, Mega Metacham has picked up 11 kills and not died.
For perspective, we just finished week 7. It's 20. Mega Metacham is 20.
Well,
and
it died
1.
once, but it
Yeah,
died
well,
against
that's what I'm saying.
Akron.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's 20 and 1.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We're 7 weeks into this match, or into this league,
Yeah.
and it's already like leading all of the RDL kill leaders by 5.
Yeah. And on top of that, it has a better KD than like any of everything. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
I mean, I don't think it's a
I
question.
mean, D Willie's been doing really good bringing it though. He's I'm swiftly beginning to think that D Willie is just also a savant with using Mega Metacham.
It's just
He's got a good
it's
team
something
around
that,
it.
it's just something that, and he's funneling kills to it essentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
I
does
really-
well with that.
It's interesting that he has like the team that he has is really interesting, because it's like, I mean, really, Ferrothorn with Mega Metacham has been kind of his bread and butter. Tornadus Eye has come just as many times as Mega Metacham has, which is to say, every game.
And
It's
pretty
only
much is
captain
always
right now.
Supersonic Sky Strike.
But it's a good set.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
interesting. I didn't realize that he only had the one Z captain. And
Yeah.
how did
And he literally always brings it as a Z-Mon.
hmm And like, yeah, I mean, and this game boiled down to like, it was Mega Metacham again. It was just like everything that could get in Mega Metacham's way got removed, and then Mega Metacham went in. But like, I took note real quick as well. Virginia brought an interesting Delmise set. Like, he could trap it with Anchor Shot. He could trap Ferrothorn with Anchor Shot, and then he had HP Fire to just like take it out from there. So he had a way of reliably removing Ferrothorn, but he
It didn't get
really.
him anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Ferrothorn wasn't the
Actually-
biggest threat to his team.
That frees up Mega Pincers so much.
I mean, Pinter can run
Just click
plus 2
return
close
on that
can do
entire
close
team.
combat.
hmm
Like,
Look at
Yeah.
Return and look at his switching outside of Ferrothorn.
true, but like Pinter can run like close combat, quick attack, and return, and still hit everything. Ridiculous.
True.
Yeah.
It also would mean, like, I mean, having Ferrothorn weaken means like, less thorn damage for punching it.
True.
So yeah, it was an interesting match, but yeah, it was pretty clean for D Willie. Like a 3-0 is
Yeah.
about right.
All right. Well, the next match here is Huddersfield Heracross versus the Seattle Supersonics. Seattle picks up the win 2-0. The brings for Seattle Mega Mawile, Dragonite, Scolipede, Rotom Wash, Mamoswine, and Yanmega. Huddersfield brings Melodic, Mega Venusaur, Gliscor, Jolteon, Steelix, and Sneasel.
That was a good match. I was happy with this prep. Clutch and I kind of like, because the Dragonite set was kind of the first and foremost thing, and it didn't do much in the match. But I brought Rain Dance, Thunder Hurricane, Roost, Dragonite. Promptly learned that Jolteon actually switches into that thing fairly easily.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, Jolteon is more especially bulky than it is physically bulky. Far more.
Yeah.
It's funny because I played this match and I played the match with Rich in the same day, and in both cases, Jolteon took way less from special hits than I thought it should, or than I thought it would have beforehand. It was interesting.
It's funny because the only reason I know about Jolteon Special Bulk is because I had it in one of my Nuzlockes recently, and
Oh yeah, look at that, 95 base Spadef.
yeah,
Yep.
it's got a surprise. It's not like super bulky, like it's not the
No.
bulkiest boy out there, but
They'll take
it's-
neutral hits just fine.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is I should take this in RDL Season 4.
Yes.
No, let's not give Adam Joel.
Do it again.
Never again.
I feel like we should.
I feel like we shouldn't. That was a mistake.
I feel like that is very much in your control, Adam.
I feel like it went very well.
Just
So I
draft
feel like I
round
should
one.
get that
Draft
back.
round 1.
And
Yeah.
my Garchomp.
First pick.
No. That's Mega Absolute.
Anyway,
Mega Absolute, Garchomp,
Yeah.
Alakazam,
So-
everything's coming back.
So
all right.
what this match came down to was basically
Mega deleting a Gliscor.
Yon Mega deleted Gliscor, which was great. Because it was a crit, but I'm not sure it wasn't a crit that mattered. I mean,
I was gonna get 2 later.
Yeah, he was gonna get 2 KO'd. It was a Specs tinted lens Yon Mega, and we decided that the switches for that just really don't exist. Heatran is like the only good one, and not a whole lot of teams have a Heatran to switch into Yon
Actually,
I
Mega.
would
just
venture
one.
to say only one team really has a Heatran ever
Yeah,
in your
this
league.
is why Yon Mega is so spooky in some draft stuff, because like you just throw specs on it and it's base 95 on its own speed,
Yeah.
mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fairly fast, and against slower teams you force them to like switch something into this awful big hit,
Yeah.
and he switched in
definitely.
Gliscor, and because of a crit it got O-code, which
Yep.
was crazy.
Yeah.
He's
It's
gonna do
weird to
like-
it's weird.
It was gonna do like 80 in the first place.
It's weird to watch a Gliscor drop to a resisted hit.
It's great to watch a Gliscor drop. Those
It's
things
always
are
great.
annoying.
Yeah, I love having.
Well,
that
unless you're the one
out,
with the
but-
Gliscor, in which case
Yeah.
you're like, oh
what
no.
the hell?
Yep. Yeah, so the thing is that after the Gliscor was gone, he didn't really have switch-ins to like ground moves. He didn't have there's just he was in a bad position. And
Yeah.
what ended up happening is I got Scolipede set up. It took out Venusaur and Milotic. Steelix lived a hit, and took out Scolipede, and then Mamoswine and Mega Maw just cleaned the rest of the house. Just
Nice.
finished everything off. So it was a good
Yeah.
game though.
Yep. And finishing out our match coverage for Alola International for this week, for week 7 of Alola International, is Akron versus Kyoto. And
If I could do a good evil laugh, I would do it.
a 3-0 win for Akron. Akron's brings Mega Caesar, Hydreigon, Infernape, Meloetta, Electros, Silvally. Kyoto brought Metagross, Moltres, Megalatios, Manaphy, Hippowdon, and Rotom-Mow.
Nah, I ain't good. Nah, I ain't even trying it. Nope. 16 turners.
Do you want me to do an evil laugh for you?
Yes, please.
The MagneZONE bringing
six
you good content
U-turners.
always.
Yeah.
6 U-turners, 3 assault vests.
Oh my god.
I was not letting Megaladios or Manaphy beat me. So I
Normally
had
it's
this nice and clean offensive Silvally. Everything was offensive.
wow. Normally
like
it's
multi
turn and burn,
offense
but here it's just
momentum.
turn and turn and turn.
It was
and
turn and turn and turn to the 6th power.
They can't set up on you if they're being pressured.
Yeah.
They can't set up on you when you run coverage and U-turn on everything.
It's true.
That is
If you don't
true.
give them time to set up, like
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and it clearly worked. You picked up the win 3-0.
Although I gotta shout out that Metagross set, it was literally heat.
what was
He
it?
brought an HP fire Metagross to try and catch my Scizor.
Oh, yo, that's a set.
Thankfully, I was faster, but I was like, oh boy. I actually predicted it because I predicted special Metagross, but that was still some heat. I loved it.
I love special Metagross.
Yeah.
Lurgross is really good.
Yep. And that covers match coverage, I believe. I think we got everyone.
Yep,
We
I
did.
believe
Yeah.
so.
Okay, cool. So that's going to take us, continuing with our Alola International coverage. We have some free agent transactions to talk about. We also have a coaching change to talk about on top of that.
Oh,
We'll
no.
For those of you who don't follow AI, you may be surprised.
yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So
Oh,
this-
no.
this
we
is
talk
where
about
the
Ethan's trade first.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
talk
we-
about.
we
I was
should
gonna.
do that
I was gonna. That's what I was getting at. We should talk about the regular free agent transaction first, and we'll talk about the new coach and the free agent or the transactions that they made. So, tell us about Ethan's transactions.
So he dropped Reggie Steele, Roserade, and Dragalgi, whatever. How
Dragalg. We'll just call
I
it
would say
Dragalg.
Dragouge.
I mean, that
Dragalg.
might actually be it because
I
it's
never
supposed to look like
pronounce that
algae.
last E because it sounds weird as hell.
So he adds
algae.
Drapion, Heracross, and so he abandons kind of a backbone
And Haxorus. You cut
And
out
went
there.
for
so.
straight
Great offense.
power.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
And
On a
kept
team with
Toxic
Veil?
support. So
On
I
team
like
with
that.
Veil, so like he adds a dark type, guys. He added a dark type, so this time
Yeah.
when he plays grounded the second time, he doesn't auto lose to Calm Mind, Refresh, Stored Power, Latias.
That is true.
Ethan, bring Scarf Haxorus, Scarf Heracross. And
Success.
Shuckaberry Drapion. Have your Mega Latias answers ready.
And then lose to Entei, but it'll be fine.
No,
Uh,
is he really going to run a Scarf Dente to outspeed that Haxorus?
You never know.
probably not.
Scarf Mold Breaker EQ. Just wreck that
Alright.
entire team.
So, with that pretty much covered, we also have a coaching change to cover, which is for Atlanta. Are you going to change the name, Clutch? Because you're the new coach of Atlanta.
I don't know. I think I'm currently just a sub because
Oh,
Nadia
yeah,
has some
that's
personal
true.
things too.
I shouldn't quite say new coach. He's just subbing for now because Nadia's got stuff to take care of.
Yep.
But I
She's
did make
fairly busy
roster
in
moves.
IRL with
And
the,
he
like,
did make a lot of roster moves. So
Mhm.
Clutch dropped Kartana for Skarmory, dropped
Right.
Thunderous Eye for Mew, dropped Aerodactyl for Mudsdale, dropped Claydol for Manectric, dropped Whimsicott for Ditto.
4 good moves and 1 piece of shit.
Oh my gosh. Adam hates Scarm, but
Scarf is such a bad mod.
it's better than
I
Fortress.
don't understand why people value it at tier 1.
But
Because-
anyway, the original the team that I had was had a lot of potent offensive threats: Gator, Megalop, Thunder's
Yeah.
Eye, Cart. But I wanted a backbone to sit on because I don't
and
like
you
when I
certainly
do
have that
things.
now.
So I went out and got Scar, Mew, Mudsdale, like solid ground type.
To
Yeah.
add
And
to
then
Gudra.
To add to Gudra with Incineroar and like
Yeah.
just good stuff. And then I
I
went.
love the backbone. I just
Yeah.
don't like the turkey bird.
And then I went and got Ditto because I was like, I kind of lose ways to deal.
You're cutting out
Okay.
again. So
I went and got Ditto
yeah.
on top of that because I didn't have ways of dealing with with boosted like setup mons like plus 1 ments kind of is a kind of like issue in the right set.
Yeah.
Like boosting like Dragon Dance mons. I don't have good Scarfers on this team, so Ditto kind of makes up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
run
seems-
Scarf Transform Heal.
If you're partway through your season and you're finding out that you're struggling with setup sweepers and Ditto is available for free agent,
It's a great ad.
it's a great ad
piece.
because that shuts down setup sweepers pretty handily.
It'll at least force them to run a lot of weird sets or
Yeah.
and limit coverage.
Yeah.
It's very much an influencing post
Yeah.
in prep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I went and changed Z points. I used a Z refund and went and changed the Z mons from what was it? Thunderous? No, it wasn't. It was I don't remember what they were. But I went and got Z Venomoth and Z Incineroar.
Yep.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah, I
Z
agree.
Venomoth is just so nice. And like Incineroar can break. SD Incineroar breaks really well with the Z move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of want to see a Z Gudra, but I guess Gudra can.
Gudra can
benefit from other items, too.
benefit from it. Yeah.
Like
Well,
AV
yeah,
choice.
that's the thing with Gudra. It's a good Z Z-Move user, but Gudra has a lot of items
Other options.
And oftentimes you want to be running those other options rather than the Z.
I ran
Not all the
Dragonium
time.
Zigudra too much last season.
It's a good set. It's a good nuke.
I
Yeah.
clicked Z Draco so many times.
But yeah, so
I can
like,
think of at least one time I clicked Z Draco where I regretted it. But go on.
oof.
Yeah.
And like,
so,
I want to add is like, I don't have a bulky water on the team because Gator is Gator. So like, I just wanted a back one I could use without. And Mew's gonna end up being bulky most weeks probably.
yeah.
Just because like I don't
You
have a bulky water,
yeah,
so
you need
Mew
that.
exists.
Yeah.
So like, but like I like the team.
I think those were some good transactions. We'll see how those changes help the team going forward. Definitely something to keep your eyes on. And that covers free agent transactions and temporary coaching changes for Alola International. And actually finishes off our Alola International coverage because we're still only about halfway through the season. No playoff picture to really report on yet. But we're getting close because this is also a 12-week season. So we're getting there. Anyway,
I mean, there's definitely some separation happening.
There is definitely some separation happening, but we're gonna have to wait a couple more weeks at least for that to firm
Grounded's
up.
been separated all season, so like.
Anyway,
Ethan's catching up.
He is, but 7-0 grounded with plus 26.
Anyway, our Mon of the week this week is Arcanine, and it is a very flexible Mon. Arcanine, notably, I think currently at least, one of those Mons that is absolutely trash in ladder, but is really good in draft league.
And VGC.
I don't know much about VGC though, so.
Incineroar greater than Arcanine, but
You gonna learn soon, boy.
They count greater than anything else.
Yeah, I'm actually brushing up on VGC.
Yeah, I'm just gonna redraft my entire season 1 team, and I'm gonna take Arcanine back too.
Arcanine's fantastic Mon in the
I
format,
absolutely
just because
love
like
this dog. This fire
Bulky
dog
fire.
is so well rounded. It has everything you could possibly need and more.
Yeah.
great
And
speed
bulk,
tier,
wow.
great bulk, reliable recovery,
Decent
amazing
offensive
coverage
stats.
options.
It's
enough to run
so
like-
good.
Good abilities. Has Flash Fire, Intimidate.
You can be that guy and run burn up.
Yeah.
You realize how hard it is to kill an Arcanine now? Imagine if it has no weakness.
It's pretty dastardly, and it just hit. Granted, you only get to use it once, but like Z burn up can honestly nuke something, and then you get burned up again.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty.
You can also run the fabled Entei set with that Sunny Day weakness policy Solar Beam,
Oh, yeah.
and do it better because your special attack is 10 points higher.
Hey,
That is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcanine is a beast.
I think the thing that I like about it as well, and the thing that makes it so good in draft, is that
It's the better Entei.
it's the better Entei, but the thing is that it's like we've talked about like reliable recovery, and that's great. And like a lot of things have reliable recovery. We've talked about like, oh, it can be run offensively, but like a lot of things can be run offensively. It can be run mixed. A lot of things can be run mixed. But the fact that it can do all of that as a fire type is like it stands out against everything.
and Mono Fire,
Round one, here we come.
Mm-hmm.
being a fire type that can take hits defensively on the physical side is honestly kind of rare.
It's very rare. There's not many mono fire types that can take physical hits.
There's a few, but then like once you get past maybe like Entei and Arcanine, like
Incineroar.
Entei, Arcanine, Incineroar, like
No, Incineroar is not mono fire type.
Oh,
though.
you're right. It's not mono.
You're right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's dark type, so.
You run into things like
Well, not only that, but
Torkoal's there, but like Magmortar is like
it
the
can
next
take
best
physical
Mono Fire.
hits, and it has Flash Fire, like, and Intimidate. Like, it can take physical hits already, and then it has Intimidate, which makes it even better at tanking physical hits.
Mhm.
Because every time it
Still
comes
Volley
in,
Fire, technically.
Yeah.
Dual base 95.
But it
That's
doesn't have
true.
reliable recovery.
No. It's still good, though.
It's still very good. I
it-
used it at some point last season.
I use the term all singing, all dancing quite a lot. This Mon, though, is one of the Mons that definitely epitomizes that.
Mhm.
because Arcanine really can do it all. Just
Wait.
about.
Monotype fire that swallows hits. Why did we not immediately go to Magmar?
Oh, facts.
That's true.
But like,
F that thing.
but I hate that thing so much.
Yeah, Neek made
I don't
us
want to
all
talk about it
hate
ever. Yeah, exactly. So, I think
Yeah.
was it like I remember like when I first like got into draft and like hopped in the server and like looked over tier lists and everything, I was kind of like confused because I'm like, I feel like Arcanine is kind of like maybe over tiered, like, and then like I remember
Tier
sitting
three?
in. No, it's tier 2, right?
It's tier 2.
What?
It has to be tier 2.
It's tier 2.
Yeah, but like the thing is
I'm
that I remember.
staring at a tier 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, why is it
what
tier 3 in
guys?
RDL?
I think
It
it's
always
been
has been.
yeah,
Always
it's
will
been
be.
it's been tier 3 for literally the
Isn't this
entirety
tier 3 in
of
your
RDL.
both leagues deal?
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, the thing is that like I was certainly like curious about it, but the thing is that like I remember Adam being in chat talking about like wishing he had clicked Dragon Pulse with a Specs Arcanine, and I was like, maybe that's it. Like,
It also went round 3 this year. In
It's a
RDL.
good. It's a good mon.
who has it right now?
Who do you think?
Oh, right.
Oh, Santoro. That's right.
He
Right.
sniped it from me because I was gonna take it round 4.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, this thing can also like it can phase. It's one of the
It also
better
went
lore
round
users
3 in
out there.
AI.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's one of those things where I think it's one of those borderline mons where it's really good. Don't get me wrong. Is it good enough for tier 2 though?
I think it is.
I think it's a
I
solid
think-
tier. I think it's
think
a
it-
high tier 3, but it's not quite a tier 2.
I-
Because it's not like it's a high dragon. yet.
It's somewhere in there. It's either a low tier 2 or a high tier 3. And
Mhm.
I find
It's not like a high dragon or a
Yeah.
Mamoswine
right. Although
or a
I
Zerkid.
think,
I will-
I think it's a very solid.
I
If
will
you put it there.
I will note that Entei has been tier 2 every single season as well. So
Yo, Alakazam to tier 3?
No, let's never do that ever again. Thanks.
yeah, no.
Or never in the first place. And I said,
Yeah,
never.
let's not do
Please?
that. Let's get back
No.
to talking about Arcanine,
Let me smash?
which
No.
is our mon of the week.
Is there anything else you want to say about this mon? Like,
It's
I
my
mean,
boy, and he's
we've
coming
settled.
back to me season
a-
4. I'm saying this now.
I mean, I guess we've kind of covered the fact that it's a jack of all trades. It's got a ridiculous move pool. It's got like it can run support, it can run offense, it can run pivot. Like it can be a Z user. It's an excellent choice for a Z captain, especially if your league has it at tier 3. Because usually if you're running a Z captain system or a Z point system, that's going to be a really good pickup for you because it gives you a lot of flexibility on the usage of it. There's a lot of things you can do even if you end up never running it as your Z captain, the fact that you could is going to force people to have to plan around that.
Z burn up sounds kind of nice.
It does,
It's
doesn't
pretty
it?
dang. It's like a Draco, but like fire type.
Because then you have like access to like Z close combat to
Z for
run Z outrage.
Notably,
Z
I think
Wild
the real reason why I would say it's better than Entei is it can run extreme speed without being forced to run adamant.
True.
True.
I think they're just
Entei
different.
is.
I think Entei and Arcanine are just.
Well, they fill
I think they're
different
both
roles.
very-
They fill very different roles. And I think Entei does still deserve to be in tier 2. I don't think Arcanine is strictly better than Entei, but it's certainly more flexible than Entei.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. If you need like a wall breaker that kills things,
Wait,
Entei.
this thing gets natural gift?
It does. Everything gets natural.
It's
gift.
coming home.
Everything gets You realize natural gift is distributed to every single player, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Amaterasu is coming home season 4.
All right. Well, that's going to end things for this week. We did our coverage of week 11 of the RDL and week 7 of Alola International. And so we're going to be covering weeks 12 and 8 respectively next week. We hope you stick around to check that out when that happens. We have been talking about something real quick that I thought we'd just mention it here because maybe we can get some feedback on it. We've been thinking about doing kind of like we like the four of us like to get together and run some troll sets on Anything Goes on Showdown. We were thinking about streaming some Showdown before every podcast to kind of have like a pre-show, because we already do it anyways. We figured might as well stream it. So something we've thought about doing. I figured I'd pitch it to the audience, see what they think of it. And so if you want to see some of that content streamed, then let us know in the comments below, as cliche as that sounds. So until next week, may your battles be well planned for, and may the hacks be ever in your favor. Peace.